Hello, and welcome to the Lighthouse Brand Builders podcast. I'm Peter Wilkin, and I'm here to help you build differentiated, enduring brands and thriving businesses. It's not really a podcast. It's more a series of strategic insights, stories, and secrets of success from a lifetime's career in advertising, brand consulting, and change management. The thread that binds them is brand-centered management, the trademark brand building process and philosophy I developed with my partners at the brand company over 20 years ago, that's since been embraced by thousands of brand professionals and some of the world's most iconic brands. The 4Ds process and brand DNAs have become well known in brand strategy circles. The focus here is practical advice you can apply straight away to your business. It gives you a glimpse inside the Lighthouse Brand Strategy Academy, our online coaching program, where we aim to democratize effective brand strategy. So come with me, take a step inside the virtual lighthouse. Welcome. On the firing side, that was probably one of the most unpleasant parts of my job.
Mm-hmm.
Again, in today's world, I don't even know whether they use the term firing, although
Mm-hmm.
I actually think the ways in which it's being done, automated and automatically, is even more kind of heartless and inhumane than it used to be in the advertising world. And the advertising world was known for its ruthlessness. It was a dog-eat-dog environment, or rather shark-eat-shark, when we come to a shark-carp-dolphin story. And that was a thrill if you enjoyed that, the chase, and you were fit and sharp and active and on your game and knew what you were doing. And that was a kind of, a bit of excitement and a thrill. It got less so as you got older and had more to lose. But firing was always difficult. And again, I'm telling truthful stories here that probably wouldn't be acceptable in today's world of sensitivity and not being able to say things or phrase things in a way in which companies act, although companies still act that way and mask it under this kind of what I would call mushy nonsense language.
Right.
As a head of an agency, I was mandated to kind of report in my annual plan each year, which forecasts growth and priorities for the forthcoming year in terms of what you were going to do. The key part of that, and the main nature of a service industry, is people. It was 60 or 70% of our physical financial costs, and it was more than that in terms of what we delivered, great creative ideas and strategy and work. So we spent a lot of time on the people side. And one of the things that I was mandated to report back on was the perceived bottom 5% of performers within the agency every year. It was labeled rather crudely, scraping barnacles. If you imagine, in the old days, wooden warships, and they would collect barnacles and seaweed on the bottom of their hull, and unless you scrape them off, you can't move swiftly through the water. My approach to that was more that you were not just tolerating substandard performance or attitude, you were denying potentially much better people the opportunity to perform. So I kind of justified it to myself that way. And one of the key things that was a lesson I learned, again, very early on, is that the best way to demotivate your stars, the highest performers, is to accept mediocrity or do nothing about the low performers. They would then say, what's the point in being an overachiever or a star performer, if you like, if there's no consequence for the people who are not doing that. Now, not everybody can perform at the same level, and not everybody has a great year, but they have enduring class, and you go past some fallow years and give forgiveness and things like that. You could tell. So it's not completely ruthless and inhuman, but we would, without fail, identify the bottom 5% of performers in the agency and move them out. However, many companies do not do that if they're having good years. And particularly, we would do this in growth years and boom years, as well as in fallow. And it was a way of constantly improving the bloodstock, if you like. And again, some people might wince when they hear me say things like that, but that is what it was like in the agency world in the 90s and the early 2000s and 2010s. And I'm quite sure it exists in many organizations in the private sector now. That's how they maintain a competitive edge and competitive advantage.
Some version of the greater good concept.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to the Lighthouse Brand Builders podcast. If you found this helpful and want to know more, please visit my website at peterwilkin.com. That's Wilkin with an E at the end. You'll find more free resources, instructional videos, and links there. If you're a CEO or a business owner looking to build your brand, or a brand strategist looking to level up your skills, check out the CBO Masterclass in the Lighthouse Brand Strategy Academy, where you'll be guided through a comprehensive, stepwise process to develop your unique brand DNA and learn the skills to become a certified Chief Brand Officer. If you have any brand or strategy related questions you'd like answered, you can ask them in the showcase notes below. I'll do my best to address them. Thank you, and see you next time.